Hey, this is Mr. Resentes. I'm on page 38 of your textbook. We're talking about dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis is used to convert between units. Alright, so it's a mathematical equation that we set up. Well, a simple example of the use of dimensional analysis to convert within units. 2.5 years is how many seconds? Well, in order to work this out, 2.5 years is equivalent to 365 days in 1 year. So in this situation, as you can see, when I set this equation up, the units cancel. And so when I multiply these two together, I'll end up with days. But we're not finished. We don't want days, we want seconds. There's 24 hours in 1 day. As you can see, in this situation, the days are going to cancel. And then there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. And in this situation, as you can see, I have my hours which will cancel, and now I'm down to minutes. And then finally, there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. So the days will cancel, hours will cancel, the minutes will cancel, and so we'll end up with seconds. 7.8 times 10 to the 7th seconds. Alright, so that's a good example of how dimensional analysis works. You set up the equation so that the units you don't want cancel and the units you do want remain in your equation. Given this information, typically it would be given to you 1 mile is 5,280 feet. 1 meter is 3.28 feet. So how tall is 979 meters in feet? Alright, well, we set this up just as we did a moment ago. 979 meters is equivalent to 3.28 feet per 1 meter. So the meters will cancel here, and it's 3,212. You would just multiply these two numbers together, and meters cancel, and we're left with feet. Alright, let's try one more. 65 miles an hour is how many feet per second? Well, 65 miles in 1 hour is 5,280 feet in 1 mile. And as I said before, that information will be given to you just as the feet would be given to you in the previous example. And the miles will cancel. And in this case, we're not finished because we still have time we want to work with as well. 1 hour is 60 minutes. Well, we're not finished because if we multiply these two together, we'll get 3. And now we're down to feet per hour, but there are 60 there are 60 minutes for every hour. So 1 hour is 60 minutes, and so it would be 95 feet per 95 feet per second. So look, dimensional analysis is used to change the prefix in the SI units. The prefixes are giga, mega, kilo, deca, and then your base units. Base units would be grams, liters, meters, deci, centi, milli, micro, nano. So nano is 10 to the negative 9, micro is 10 to the negative 6, milli is 10 to the negative third, centi is 10 to the negative second, deci is 10 to the negative first. Base units are the ones, and then the deca is 10 to the first, kilo is 10 to the third, mega is 10 to the sixth, and giga, the reciprocal of nano, is 10 to the ninth. This information will either have to be put to memory, or it will have to be given to you. Just as before, you'll have to be given information, which is the conversion factors. If we have 6.20 milligrams, that's equivalent, or that's equal to how many kilograms? Well, in this situation, as you could see, we're moving from milli, and we're going all the way to kilo. So what we have to do is we have to do this in 2 steps. First, we're going to have to go to base units, and then we're going to have to go to kilo. So it's going to have to be done in 2 steps. You won't be able to just use one conversion factor. So step 1, in step 1, we're going grams to base. Remember, grams are base. We're going from milli to base. 1 milligram is equal to 1 times 10 to the negative third gram. So that would be our conversion factor. 6.2 milligrams is 1 times 10 to the negative third gram. 1 milligram, and then just as before, these units drop out, and now we have grams, but we're at our base unit. So that's step 1. This is just step 1. Now we have to go through step 2. And in step 2, we have to go from base unit to kilo, and 1 kilogram is equal to 1 times 10 to the third gram. So we just 1 kilogram is 1 times 10 to the third gram, and then the grams will cancel out, and we'll end up with kilograms. These are the steps. And so we have 6.2 times 10 to the negative 6 kilograms.